as I take on the challenge of living alone for a week as an older person, sharing the real ups and downs that no one really talks about. Living alone as an older person is a scenario many of us will face at some point in our lives. In fact, it's more common than you might think. According to recent stats, over a third of older adults in the US live alone. And yet, despite its prevalence, there are certain assumptions we tend to make about what it's like to live alone as an older person. One of the most significant challenges older adults face when living alone is the emotional toll of loneliness. It's easy to get stuck in a rut, feeling isolated and disconnected from the world around us. And it's not just about feeling down or blue. Loneliness can have serious physical and mental health consequences, from increased blood pressure to depression and anxiety. On top of this, there are the practical challenges of living alone, like managing daily tasks and responsibilities without a support system. Simple things like grocery shopping, cooking meals, and doing household chores can become daunting tasks when you're on your own. Safety concerns are another major issue. Without someone to keep an eye on things, older adults living alone may be more vulnerable to scams, falls, or other accidents. And what about health issues? Who do you turn to when you need medical attention or just need someone to talk to about your symptoms? Living alone can be a breeding ground for anxiety and fear. Furthermore, living alone can also lead to social isolation, which can accelerate cognitive decline and even increase the risk of dementia. Maintaining independence is a key aspect of living alone as an older person. You want to hold on to your autonomy, make your own decisions, and still have control over your life. But this can be tough when your physical abilities start to decline. You may need to rely on others for things like transportation, meal prep, or even personal care. And what about dealing with health issues? You may have to navigate the complex healthcare system, advocate for yourself, and make tough decisions about treatment options. All of this can be incredibly overwhelming. On a more personal level, I've seen how living alone can affect my own family members. My grandmother, for instance, lived alone for many years after my grandfather passed away. At first, she was determined to maintain her independence, but as time went on, I noticed she started to withdraw from social activities, stopped taking care of herself, and became increasingly isolated. It was heartbreaking to see her struggle, but it also opened my eyes to the reality of living alone as an older person. One particularly significant moment of realization came when my grandmother fell in her home and couldn't get up. She was lying there for hours, unable to call for help, until a neighbor checked in on her. It was a wake-up call for all of us. We realized that living alone wasn't just about independence, it was about safety, security, and having a support system in place. That incident prompted us to have some tough conversations about her living situation, and eventually we were able to find a solution that worked for her. Living alone as an older person can be both fulfilling and challenging. While it's essential to maintain independence and autonomy, it's equally crucial to acknowledge the emotional and practical challenges that come with it. By recognizing these challenges, we can start to build a support system that works for everyone involved. Thanks for watching. If you're an older adult living alone or have a loved one who is, I'd love to hear about your experiences in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about aging and living independently, be sure to check out our related videos.